Welcome to our channel. If you turned on this video, you're a true street food connoisseur. And all because today you'll witness the preparation of 1.5 servings of Uzbek pilaf, a dish that rivals McDonald's and KFC. And you will also see how in Africa they make shrimps in batter in the shape of a circle. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you don't miss our new videos. Well, let's begin. Everyone knows about the famous American sandwiches, but what about Korean ones? Here is a super hearty Asian sandwich that will replace you with a full dinner. The recipe is quite simple. First, you need to thoroughly grease the surface on which everything will be fried with butter. Then, beat the eggs with vegetables. It's like an omelette, and you can put it in a frying pan. While the omelette is frying, throw some bread into the pan to crisp it up. And don't forget the ham. When all this is fried, start collecting this calorie bomb. Bread, scrambled eggs, ham, and add a slice of cheddar cheese. Some cabbage and a good coating of sauces. Here's a light snack for you. This is what I understand as a burger, and not your McDonald's and KFC's. Take a fresh soft bun and sprinkle juicy minced meat on it. Cover it with gooey cheese that will spread in your mouth. This already sounds satisfying, but that's not all. After that, add a grilled sausage and a small piece of sausage directly on top of it. And, of course, you can't do without a sauce. This is real fast food. I've always wanted to try a corn dog, but after this video, I'm already going to the nearest one cafe. Just look how tasty and crispy it looks. We string a huge sausage onto a stick, envelop it in dough, and then in breading. And so that all the ingredients take root, we lower this miracle into boiling oil. The main thing is not to forget to take the sauce with you to make it tastier. To make airy dough for such buns, you need to be a culinary guru. Let's figure out together what is needed for this. Mix warm water with a little sugar and add yeast. Wait until it becomes foamy. Now mix the flour, a pinch of salt, and a little butter in a large bowl. Then pour in the yeast mixture. Knead the dough with your hands. Continue until it becomes soft and smooth like a cloud. Place the dough in a cozy place, cover it with a cloth, and let it inflate like a balloon. This will take some time, so be patient. Once it has risen, gently punch the dough to release the air. Then give it any shape. In our case, these are round buns. Now put it in the oven and wait until it is fried until golden brown. I bet you won't buy bread in the supermarket from now on. Oh, a sandwich. Only this time it's Mexican. It's also called torta. Let's start with a crispy baguette. Cut it in half and grease the two halves with any sauce. It depends on what you like. Well, as we see, you need to put the most delicious thing, the filling. It may be different, but here we see grilled meat with melted cheese and refried beans that will add richness. And of course, you can't do without fresh vegetables. A few bunches of cabbage, slices of tomatoes, and jalapeno peppers. Be sure to buy some milk to cool the heat because the jalapenos are spicier than the KFC wings. The cuisine that makes your mouth water is the one that has seafood. We look and remember. In order for the lobster to cook deliciously, it must be cut correctly. A few scissor cuts here, a couple knife cuts there, and a few hammer blows. That's all. Now you need to cook it a little over low heat with the lid closed. After all this, put them on the grill so that they're thoroughly fried. Meanwhile, grease them with sauce and put the filling onto them. A couple of minutes and you can have your meal. Indian cuisine will always be a theme, and our friends showed how to make a delicious sandwich with omelette and vegetables. Throw butter into a frying pan, add onions, tomatoes, and green onions. Now beat the eggs and throw them into the pan with the vegetables. Top this with a few slices of bread and sprinkle all this deliciousness with grated cheese. What would it be like without it? After this, you need to turn it all over and put a few more pieces of bread on the other side. When everything is fried, add the greens, cut it all, and add grated cheese again. In the end, we fry more vegetables in butter so that they give juice and put them on top of our sandwiches. In this heat, you can't do without a cool drink. Therefore, we will show you a simple but very tasty refreshing lemonade. Prepare a glass, squeeze half a lemon and lime into it. Add sugar and fill everything with cold water. Don't forget about a small piece of ice to quench your thirst. You can eat this doner for the whole day. First, the pita bread should be soaked in the meat juices and put on the grill so that it is thoroughly fried for a crispy crust. Then put 2 types of meat there, some French fries, fresh tomatoes, pickles, and white onions. I'm already drooling as I tell this. A little spice and a lot of sauce for juiciness. Well, now you need to roll it up well so that the doner doesn't fall apart at the first bite, and put it on the grill. Fried and ready to eat. Favorite Korean delicacy is corn cheese. First, you need to throw the canned sweet corn into the pan. Mix it with mayonnaise, heavy cream, or milk and sugar to create the creamy and slightly sweet base. Sprinkle the mixture generously with shredded mozzarella cheese for a layer of gooey, melty sweetness. Now, you need to wait a little until the cheese becomes bubbly and golden. If you want, garnish it with chopped green onions for freshness and color. Serve Korean corn cheese hot and bubbling from the oven. The combination of sweet corn, rich cheese, and extra heat makes it a real treat for the taste buds. An unusual preparation of a drink from India. First, throw ice into glasses and squeeze lime and lemon into them. After that, a concentrate with some kind of flavor is poured into it. And now, the most interesting thing is that water is poured into bottles and placed in some kind of device of the future that makes the water carbonated. Well, in the end, it's poured into glasses and you get a drink that will make your mood high. If you know what kind of miracle machine this is, share it in the comments. I think it'll be interesting for everyone. You can never have enough scrambled eggs, so the new recipe is here. Chop the onion and throw it into the frying pan. Add green pepper and chop the tomatoes there. All this needs to be thoroughly fried and spices added to your taste. And now that all the vegetables have given juice and you have a filling like this, add a few eggs and fry everything. When all this is ready, you just need to sprinkle some greens and start eating. I don't know what it's called, but it looks very tasty. We see how fresh beans are poured into boiling oil, and at the same time garlic is fried in lime juice in another frying pan. An unusual combination, but I trust this guy. When the beans have been in the boiling oil for a while, they are taken out and thrown into the garlic. Add spices there and mix it all. And fresh meat is thrown into the boiling oil, which after cooking will be juicy and crispy. Now that everything is ready, put rice, meat, and our unusual beans on a plate. Ask what it is? This is a Korean soup tteokbokki. Unlike the traditional fried version where chewy rice cakes, tteok, are doused in a spicy and sweet gochujang-based sauce, tteokbokki soup reinterprets those flavors in a soothing soup base. First, the broth is made, usually with veal. Then they add Korean red chili pepper paste. Now, add the greens and put our rice cakes there. Believe me, when it's all cooked and the flatbreads absorb the taste of the broth, you won't want to eat anything else. Now, I would like you not to look at how the dish is prepared, but how many tons of ingredients are in it. The guys decided to make a classic pilaf for the giant. We throw in about 10 kilograms of lamb, then several kilograms of pepper, and the same amount of carrots. And we cover it all with several buckets of spices. Mix all this and add rice and peas at the same time, and apparently their restaurant really loves this pilaf, since they make it in such quantity. African shrimp in batter is something new. First, the woman makes the batter itself, and then takes fresh shrimp and mixes them thoroughly in it. Then she pours several liters of sunflower oil into the frying pan, and when it's hot, she throws our battered shrimp into it and makes a circle shape. A few seconds, and you'll get an excellent flatbread-shaped snack that will crunch deliciously in your mouth. The main thing is not to overload on such food. I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will like this pizza. This is Vietnamese fast food on rice paper. It's placed on the fire, and then beaten eggs and vegetables are poured into it. Then sausage and ham are added, as well as cheese. Mayonnaise and ketchup are generously poured on top, and spices are added for taste and smell. And when everything is fried, one side is rolled up and the result is no longer pizza, but a Mexican taco. Its highlight is the theatrical preparation of the drink. He does it as if he was painting a picture or playing a musical instrument. First, chia seeds are added to the water, then sugar is added there. And then the hygiene of preparation this drink disappears. He opens the package of milk with his mouth, and while it's pouring into the container, drinks it with his tongue. I probably would refuse after what I saw. We've already seen meat and shrimp in batter, but what about potatoes? First, it's cut into spirals to make an accordion like this. Then they dip it into the batter and stretch it over the entire area of the stick. Well, then they put it in boiling oil to fry it. At the end, it's all generously poured with sauce and it's ready. Let's finish today's selection with a delicious spring roll. Place the dough on the stove and spread it over the entire area. Then add an egg and do the same. Then spices are added and onions and herbs are added. And the pancake itself is folded in half and coated with sauce. Crispy waffles, cabbage, and a few pieces of meat are already added there. If your mouth is also watering, write in the comments which dish it is. We end our selection at this point, but an equally interesting video awaits you soon. Like and subscribe to the channel.